I didn't do most of the work. It was mostly students. But thank you for coming, especially it's a little bit more difficult location to get to. Security, hence the tech difficulties, but we got through there. You know, we are tech folks, we're tech students, tech instructors. We at least make it look like we can make it work. That was the key. All right, so we're, as we said, we're a little bit behind schedule, so we're gonna speed it up a little bit and go right in. Of course, you don't have 5 pages. All right, so starting off that while we are not Langara today, but Langara College and where we are located today at Fasken. We'll do a shout out to Fasken in a moment. We'd like to acknowledge that we are located and gathered on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. It's always a privilege to make that announcement. It's always a privilege to be in Canada and recognize this. All right, so a bit about Langara, some shout outs as well. Langara is always very generous in sponsoring us to put this together for our capstone students. This is the end of their academic journey with us in Web and Mobile. The culmination of nearly 2 years of hard work, and this is their third project they're showing you today. A lot of work each term they're going through, and each term it's a brand new project. So what we're seeing today, and we'll have a little bit of a description in a little bit, is the culmination of only one term of work, but this is their third time going through this process. Each time something different, each time a different kind of constraint, different platform, and we do this specifically not just to stand out against our competitors, but to really prepare our students for industry. That is the most important part, so that when they go to the office, they go to those interviews, they go to speak to other folks in tech, they know the knowledge, they know the experience, they know the words, they know what the experience is like, and they are hitting the ground running because they've done this 3 times already with us in our program. So, shout out to a few of the folks who are here, somewhere around here. Darren, our dean, who's leaving us at the end of the month. How dare he? But it's not sure he is retired, so well in retirement. But Darren, our faculty of arts, our dean of faculty of arts. Jason Madar, I saw earlier, and Spencer, also here. It's always great to have our faculty, and many faculty are in the room. We'll give them a shout out in a little bit. And it's important, I think, for them to see us here. Everybody's celebrating this final step for our students as they leave academia and they go into their tech journey, into whatever avenues they are pursuing. So a little bit about Web and Mobile, and this is where I'm going to invite Mr. Madar. Where's Jason? Jason's
right here.
Jason's here. Yes. Speak a little bit about it.
Test. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. For those of you who have not, who don't know me, my name is Jason Madar. I am the coordinator, one of the coordinators actually. There's a couple of coordinators. Jessica is right there with us. Hello?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, switch back. All right. Yeah, so the coordinator for the Web and Mobile program, a little bit of history. We've been doing this for 10 years now. A lot of you, a lot of faculty in the room have been with the program for a really good part of the 10 years. It's been quite a journey, and this program is not easy for students. 2 years, no break, and 16 months, no break. And we really push them, right? Not only do we push them on the curriculum front, but as you see tonight, we push them on the collaborative front. What it means is that we have design students and developer students working together in joint projects. Most programs don't do that in the Lower Mainland, or I dare say even Canada, in Canada, where we don't really put what sometimes we call creative people, and our left brain and right brain people, we don't put them together because it's not easy. And for those of you who work in industry, you know what I mean, especially in the tech industry. The creative designer side usually have their own kind of culture, have their own house, right? And then the developers have their own way of doing things. And every time you get them together, I just want to say it politely, but the room is usually very colorful. That collaboration is not easy. But you know what? These students, and you're going to see tonight, that they pull it off. They're able to learn how to work together. I'd say that, of course, our students are very talented and very hardworking, but part of it is because our faculty also work together. And we meetings together, we have colorful conversations together, but we're able to work out a program that incorporate the two. So I'm very, very proud of all our students for going through this 2-year intense program, but also proud of all our faculty. Speaking of which, the curriculum is extremely awesome because, well, partly because I'm part of the one building it, but along with the team. And we try to hit all the state-of-the-art technologies as well as all the best practices in design and development. And you'll see tonight that everything that you expect, including the latest and greatest technology, AI, is also incorporated into a lot of our projects as well. I also know because I have to pay for the tokens. Yeah, so it's like we try to stay kind of ahead of the curve in that sense, and it's not easy for a public post-secondary institution to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to do just a tiny little bit of an advertisement, if you guys don't mind. So you see, this web mobile program is a post-degree diploma, meaning that only those who have degrees can enter this program. It gives us a mature cohort, very hungry to work, very hungry to learn, and it's been great for us, right? And hopefully, for all the guests here, you'll see it tonight, right? We've been getting a lot of requests for what happens if you're out of high school and you want to, or you don't have a degree and you want to access the curriculum. So I'm kind of very happy to say that we are, with the college's support, we are starting to roll out some of the programs that are that allows for direct entry from high school or someone without a degree. If you are working but you want to change career, right? This is where we are starting to roll out a lot of programs. Right? The first one just got rolled out, and it's called Digital Media and Design, and part of Katie and Dave. Right? If you are interested in that, that's basically taking our design curriculum and of course modernizing it, making sure that it's still state of the art, and we're launching that program for the designers. And then a little later on, but I can't tell you exactly when it's going to happen. It's a little secret project that we're kind of working on right now. But keep connecting with us because there's more coming. Yeah, so social media and everything, right? Make sure that you follow, subscribe, whatever the kids say nowadays. Anyway, I'm going to switch off my advertising mode, and congratulations once again to all our current WMDD students. A lot of them are in my class, and I am kind of grading you on tonight as well. No pressure though. So, thank you very much for all our guests, and yeah, enjoy the evening.
I am also grading them. It's going to count for some points. That's right. All right, so no pressure, students.
It's my batteries, so it should be good.
Now with Paul's batteries, we will be the judge. All right, so again, shout out to our faculty in the room. Faculty, if you don't mind throwing your hands up. This program would not happen without all the different faculty involved. You remember them, yeah. Our instructors, our IAs. Takes a massive group to make this happen. So shout out to our hosts, who made getting on the internet very difficult, but it's understandable. I would too if I was a law firm. But shout out to Faskin for giving us this wonderful view, and even a night, and for making this space available to all of us. Is this one still on? Okay, that's what the idea is. So Faskin, if you hadn't guessed, is a law firm. And the premier law firm for Canadians, by Canadians, and it's always great when we have these kind of companies, businesses, whichever that do make these spaces available for us, the time available for us, for our students to come. Hugely thankful for them, and again, a big shout out to Faskin for making this room and putting on a nice spread for us. Thank you again to Faskin for doing that. Let's talk about the work now. So much work, right, students? It was easy time. Not really. So a little bit more background is Capstone again is their third project, but it's their fourth term, their final term. They don't have a project in their first term. We've got to get them ready for that. But this is their last project. This is a mobile project. Before that, they have one that's exclusively on web that has to work with databases, and before that, we have something hybrid. We call the integrated project, where we give them a little bit more freedom in the beginning. We slowly constrain them more and more over time, and this is the most constraints for the kind of platform they can use, but we leave it quite open for the subjects. So all the projects you see tonight, these come from the students. This was their ideas, their concept, their iteration, their design, their development. We just are there to guide them throughout that process using our knowledge from industry, our experience, and helping them put something together that they can show you in this very short time. And let's talk about time a little bit because it is so important. Why is that cut off? But 13 weeks is the total time that they've had up to today, but they could not work right up to this moment. I would not let them. No hard coding, right? So 13 weeks does not actually reflect 13 weeks of design and development. This is a short, much shorter window because they must start at that 13 weeks so that they conceptualize, form their team, make sure that this is a group they can work with, communicate with, collaborate with. So really, as I have there, it's about 10 weeks really of true development. And those of us who are here from industry, you know that a lot of nothing can happen in 10 weeks. But they made this happen. They made this happen. They had to report. They had to track AI. This was something new. This term they had to do. As Jason mentioned, we pay for it, but we have to talk about it. Talk about the ethics of AI. Talk about the implications, the use of AI in their projects to enhance their project rather than replace work. And because we want to be, as Jason mentioned, on the latest and greatest, the cutting edge of what's being offered out in the field. So we'll make sure our students have that as well. And then along with documentation, reaching these milestones, they have other classes as well. So they only actually meet as a group with me once a week. And outside of that, it's a lot of their own time. They're working, collaborating, setting up meetings together. And so this is a huge endeavor that they've taken on every single term, and especially this last one when there's that pressure of finishing everything before you're going out into the field. All right, so there we go. So just a little bit of a glimpse of what we kind of bring to the room. So as mentioned, we have some lab hours, but it's a huge amount of lab hours, really, and possibly more students. We're not going to say if there is more. Outside of the classroom that they are working together, they're putting this time in, and let's just say 4 projects. We only have 4 projects, but we have a huge amount of technical work to showcase. So with time in mind, I'm going to let the students talk more about the technical side because each project is a little bit unique in their approach. So let's talk about the projects a little bit. If you didn't have a chance when you were coming in, because the elevator and that debacle, all that fun. But at the front where we have our registration, there are these nice little sheets there with a little bit of a highlight of each project. It has their QR codes there to check out their websites. And I would encourage you to check out their websites because today we will have a showcase, but it is such a small showcase. The amount of work that they're showing us is just the tiniest preview. So if you really want to see the entire experience, want to speak with the team, see what they really put together. They have their proposals, all their documentation. They have their GitHub link. They have their Figma links, and they also have links to all their own professional profiles on LinkedIn, their GitHubs, their portfolios. So I do highly recommend that when you are heading out, when we're wrapped up today, please have a look at those sheets. Take a photo if you like. Take a quick look at the websites, and you can reach out to any of these students who are available to work. Right, everybody? Yes, they were able to work, and they have their work permits. They're excited to work in Canada in tech because it's fun, right? All right, so that's enough of me talking. Let's talk to some panelists. Who would like to talk first? Megan, you're closest and avoiding eye contact. So.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Hello. So I'm Megan Drummond. I've been a designer and creative director for the last 10 plus years. I started my career working with Tyler in the tech industry, and over time I've evolved to do branding projects for a variety of clients in an agency setting. This program is great. One of the pinch points of many of the projects I work on has been designers and developers being able to speak to each other and communicate and achieve that vision, make it live. So I think this is a fantastic concept, and I'm excited to see all of their projects.
Thank you. Favour, would you?
Hi everyone, my name is Favour Chukwuedo. I am a face model. Oh no, that's not it. I'm the founder of First DigiLens. It's an AI edtech startup in West Africa, the first to serve learning contents in low feature phone. So think of Nokia Test 310, right? So people in disenfranchised communities that don't have access to learn can actually have a chance at learning. So we close that digital gap. Interestingly, we were the African Union EdTech Startup of the Year in 2021. But that's on the side. Beyond that, I've done stuff. Most recently, it's called CogniQuest with my very good friend, Paul. And I also am the CTO of a payments company in the US, which was pretty much started by myself and a very good friend. I've been very much involved in projects that young people build, even with a couple other colleges, and I'm really excited to be here to listen and find out what the amazing students have built. And I'm happy to, who knows, maybe pick one and jump on the team at the end of the day. Thank you.
Pooria?
Hi. Super loud. Hi. My name is Pooria. I'm the managing partner of B-Lab. B-Lab is a startup accelerator for AI startups. Pre-seed, pre-funding if you're looking to grow it via word of mouth, marketing strategies, growth hacking, and get access to investors to grow this into a real business. You're welcome to apply. There's also mentorship, cool events, hackathons, and we did a 3-day hackathon here, actually, right here in the Paskin office. Amazing place. Quick background, I was in tech product for like 10 years. First step was from high school, actually. It was a startup hackathon. I built a startup with my dad, and it was in beauty tech, and I think hairdressers. It didn't work out, but learned a lot of fun things. And fast forward, with the Web3 boom, put together a couple of dozens of people to form a startup studio to build Web3 edtech projects, and most recently AI. A lot of AI. I feel like everyone's into AI, so we jumped ship. And feel free to chat. If you have any questions, want to connect with someone in my network, you can find me on LinkedIn. And happy to be here.
Thank you to our wonderful panel for taking their time to come here, give our students some feedback on their projects, bringing their knowledge, their experience, and it should be a really great event. All these projects that we're seeing today they're not just visual prototypes. They've coded this, they developed this. They are essentially an MVP that is ready to be pushed out to the public, if anyone's interested in the projects. I'm sure the students will be happy to talk to you about their IP, but let's continue to the projects themselves. So just a quick reminder, for the students, and because we always like to put these projects up on YouTube so that those who can't join us today can see it tomorrow. If we can turn off our phones, put the bringers off. I'll check mine wherever it is, and just allow them to be the stars of the show tonight, because that's what this event is really about. So let's get started for the students. Our first project will be Zyra.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hengame, a full stack developer in Zyra. It can be difficult and frustrating for new parents to get their children to do their daily tasks. Some parents spend much of their day reminding, insisting, or even arguing over simple things, like brushing teeth, cleaning toys, or getting ready for bed. Those with kids here, you probably know this struggle. By the end of the day, you are exhausted, and even a bit of assistance can make a big difference. We have designed Zyra as an interactive solution to these problems. It is designed to promote habit building using initiative and interactive rewards with a learning curve. Parents' dashboard to gain insight on children's progress, AI-powered autofill to make filling task form easy and efficient, task verification using photos, and unlocking exciting rewards with a unique AR look to them. There are already existing apps in the market that use gamification to make chores more fun, but they still have important gaps. Their interfaces can feel confusing. There is usually no way to check whether the task is actually done. And the rewards are just basic stars, so kids lose their interest pretty quickly. Most of these apps also don't bring the whole family in with a clear parent and kids views, and they rarely add any educational values. Because of that, kids get bored and parents left unsure whether the good habits are sticking.
All right, so now that you guys know about our application, and let's do the thing we're here for. Let's see how it looks in action. Let's see the demo.
Hello. For this demo, I'm going to be Timmy's mom. Timmy really doesn't like to do his chores. We struggle a lot with that. So I downloaded this new app that someone recommended me. And I'm creating a new user. Let's see if this works. So as I was saying, I'm now logging in with my new user information.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah. And as you can see, I'm seeing a tutorial, and this is great because since the first time I'm using this app, I don't have any idea how it works. And I can see all the functions that I can do in the app, but I don't have to worry about remembering everything because I can access the tutorial anytime just by clicking in profile or open tutorial. So first thing I need to do is add child. I told you my child is called Timmy. So I'm going to add his name, his birthday. I'm going to choose an avatar. I like this one because it looks like him. And he's really into dinosaurs, so I'm going to choose the dinosaur theme. And create. I'm getting a QR code, but I'm not going to use it right now. I'm going to go back to this later. So second thing I need to do is assign tasks for him. Timmy really hates to brush his teeth. So this is the first task I'm going to do. And I'm going to use AI to autofill all the information, but I can change anything I want. I'm also going to choose an icon, a tooth icon, because it makes sense. And every time he moves 100 steps, he's going to unlock a new dinosaur. So for this task, every time he brushes his teeth, he's going to move 2 steps. I filled all the other tasks, great. And then I'm going to create a new task. This one, as you can see, he hates cleaning up his toys. There's a mess on the floor, sorry. And for this one, the footsteps are going to be 4 because it's a little more difficult than just brushing his teeth. I'm going to select the frequency, just once a day. For brushing his teeth, it was twice a day. And for this one, I'm going to require approval because I don't want him to lie to me and say he already cleaned up when he didn't. So I'm going to require approval and save. Yeah. Now let's call Timmy.
Hi.
Hi. So can you please log in?
What is this app about?
You'll see.
Okay.
I will open the QR code that I was talking about before.
Okay.
Scan it.
Do you have to do this?
Yes, you do.
You know I brush teeth in the morning, so how do I do it? I click on it? Good job. Oh, I completed it. Because I did brush my teeth in the morning. I'm gonna do it in the evening, I swear to God. And clean up, I will just mark it done. I don't need to do anything. Oh, it's asking for a photo. Let me just clean up real quick. I'm calling social services. It's a child. So as you can see, I've picked up all my toys and my shoes there. And I've completed and I need your approval for the last task. Can you do it?
Yeah. As you can see, I got a notification here. And I can see Timmy is waiting for my approval on cleanup. So I will go to Timmy's profile, select, I can see cleanup is waiting for approval. So I will click on it and review to see the picture, and oh great, he actually cleaned up, so I will approve it.
Oh, my marker moved. Does that mean I made progress?
Yeah.
What happens if I complete it?
So 1 month passed. Tim is doing great. He's doing a lot of progress. I'm very proud of him. And you can see in this overview that he's doing great, but there are, wait for Timmy. Let's go back to the overview. And you can see he's doing great, but there are still some tasks pending. So Timmy?
Yes.
Don't you want to finish your pending task?
Of course, I'm going to do, and I feel like I'm going to unlock a new dinosaur. I'm super close to this step. So I did my homework, and it doesn't require review, so I'll just complete it. And I should be getting a new dinosaur. I've been so excited for this. Wow, a new brontosaurus. I can view all of them in my library. Look at all these months worth of progress. And let's hear what he says.
Lights, universe.
Really likes Tyler. I can even take a photo. Let's see another one. Let's see how the other ones. I want to see the new one that I just got, the Brontosaurus. I also have Velociraptor, but I'm going to wait this up. Super quick.
Ooh.
Hey mom, can you take a photo of me with it? I love this new one.
Now, with all of you. Wait, here.
Yeah, thank you. So that was our demo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So let's move back to the physical.
Hi everyone, this is Abdul Rahim, full stack developer for Project Zyra. First of all, thank you for the wonderful demo, guys. We have really enjoyed it. And let's talk about the tech stack now. For the front end, we have used React Native, and for the back end, we have used Node and Express, which was connected to MongoDB as well as Supabase. In Supabase, we have stored our images, icons, and our AR objects, which were in their USGZ formats. Now talking about the authentication, we have implemented it using JWT tokens, and for real-time updates, we have enabled socket IO. Finally, for our project, we have hosted it in AWS to make it more scalable and readable. Now let's see how we have implemented our two special features, which was augmented reality and artificial intelligence. We have used AR quick loop framework for our dinosaurs to bring them into our real life. Apart from that, we have used OpenAI GPT-4 mini model for fetching fun fact for the children to make it more playful and learning as well as engaging. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am no longer Timmy. I'm Drummond. I'm the lead developer of Zyra, and I'll tell you about the data model. So data model was one of the first few things that we really put in time to establish, because it was such an integral part of the back end and the front end. And for us, we had a very scalable app, because you could add as many tasks as you want, and they had to multiply based on what kind of frequency you choose. And we came up with the final solution. We chose to make another data model with task assignment, another document table with task assignment, and combining all the task information using populate feature of MongoDB. Yeah, MongoDB was very, the way we set up our data model and all the database. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm no longer Timmy's mom. I'm Alex. I'm the UI and UX designer for Zyra. And this is just a quick view of all the design process I went through during these 3 months, starting with the idea, research, interviews, insights, wireframes, iterations, visual design, branding, 3D modeling, mock-ups, and documentation, and of course, collaborating with developers all the way. This is a view of the user flow. You're not able to see the details from there, but as you can see, we have a flow for parents and one flow for children, because we have two interfaces. And this is the personas I did, and we have 2 parents and 2 children. This is just a small sample of the wireframes I did. On top you can see the parent wireframes. It's a friendly and simple interface, but it's different from the children interface. You can see children is very organic, and also, also you can see children. Here the challenge was that I wanted that the navigation of the app was very simple for children, so we don't have a navigation bar. We only have a toggle button on the bottom with tasks and library, so children don't get lost navigating the app. And this also for parents, it's very simple. We only have a toggle button on the bottom. The software I used was Figma, Procreate for the hand-drawn designs, InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop, and Tripo3D for the modeling of the dinosaurs. The logo, I wanted to create something organic, following the concept of the organic shapes we have in the children interface, where the bubbles adapt to the bubbles next to them. And the color palette, it's very friendly and colorful. And the typography, I chose Quicksand because it's rounded, readable, and child-friendly. This is a sample of the components for the parent side in the left and the children side on the right. Again, you can see parent side are common shapes we are used to, and children's side are organic shapes. I also created the avatars for the children. That's the toggle button I was talking about for navigating the app. Tasks and library, that's on the corner, right bottom corner, there's the card for the AR rewards, the dinosaur. And I also created icons so that children can identify the task even if they are not able to read properly yet. This is the process of the creation of the AR rewards. First, I use Procreate to hand-draw the dinosaurs. Then I use Photoshop to add colors and details to them. And finally, I use Tripo 3D to make the 3D shapes, to model them and render them.
Hi, my name is Tejveer Kaur. Now we'll be highlighting where Zyra is leading next. For the future features, we are expanding personalization and engagement in such a way so it will be more meaningful for children as well as for parents. For the future features, there will be AI-generated themes so parents can generate AI themes according to their children's preferences. So children can have fresh start every week or every month. Then there will be more customizations in task creation. So parents will have more categories and badges while creating the task. Last but not least, there will be a reward playground. It's a dedicated place where children can see all their earned 3D rewards at one place, interact with them, and it will motivate them more to complete all the tasks. Now, this would not be possible without the team behind it. I would like to introduce all the team members now. Hagame, project manager and full stack developer. Alex, UI UX designer. Namit, lead developer and full stack developer. I, Tejveer Kaur, full stack developer. Rahim, full stack developer. We are so proud that what we have built, not just because of the results, but our team spirit, our collaboration, and we were all in sync for the whole time. Now, as I close, I would like to share that we are all open to work in the industry. We all have our work permit to work in Canada. So please, if you are looking for the people who are so dedicated and execute the ideas with their whole heart, we'd love to connect. Please go ahead and scan the QR code to have more information about our project and all the team members. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zyra team. Only one designer, too. It's a huge amount of work. We're going to pass it, and this will be the same for all the projects. We're going to pass it to the panel to give feedback. And with time in mind, we're just going to be doing feedback today. So any questions that anyone outside of the panel or the panel has, please meet the students after the event. They'd be more than happy to answer questions. Yes.
Thank you. Great work. I love the hoodies and the QR code. That was just like, if there was a competition, like you all won. Great work. You'll need a mascot for sure, like dinosaur or something, like Duolingo has the owl, so yeah, that would be super fun to do. You said no questions? Yeah, okay. I feel like the sign up is a little bit early for me. I would like to see the splash screen first as to like why I should sign up. And if you did want to monetize it, I expect to see a paywall earlier on. Remove password. Everyone's doing passwordless. Signing with Apple, if you're doing iOS, it's so much easier, or Google. 3 questions on a page, a small phone, a little bit hard. So I break down name, email into different steps. Easier to read. Remove Remember Me. I expect you to remember me if I'm downloading the app and signing up. As a parent, I would like to upload a photo of my child, but also maybe not. So if I could have that option, that would be great. I saw the QR code. I wasn't sure what it was for. Is it just like a text? Tell your child to scan this. The task part. This was like the biggest point for me. It was a chore to create the task. Like I was getting so much anxiety seeing the create a task page, and I've tried a lot of productivity tools, and I feel like it just needs to be simpler, like 2 or 3 fields tops. And I feel like for busy parents, it would be difficult to do it. The child doesn't get a drop down in the task field, like how many kids do you expect someone to have? Required approval, it was a nice feature. I'd like to see an information icon to get more context. There's some questions like why do you use AR, why SQL-based and Mongo, why not GPT-5, having a single users table. Responsiveness, I mean, the design is awesome, but like, I don't know in implementation how it would look like in portrait tablet on a Huawei model. Analytics, I mean, if you do get to that, love to know like how many clicks you're getting on each step and the drop-offs and like some analytics in the QR code, like how many people scanned that would be helpful info. That's all from mine.
So I'm not going to say more than I should. Pooria actually touched on a couple of things. I wonder why, I saw Superbase and Mongo. There could be reasons, maybe one for handling just, basic data and then the other. And I wanted it to be great to add a VR feature, something like that's more immersive. So I can imagine the kids having it on their faces, and then they can move around and count the steps and make things fun. And the other one was around the concept, whether it's built typically for neurotypical kids. What about neurodiverse kids? Just keep that in mind. But beyond this is fantastic. Thank you.
I really like the logo. I'm glad that you weren't afraid to use organic shapes in a tech-based platform. The icon set is cohesive. It matches the branding that you've created, that sort of softer feel. Using a rounded typeface is a good choice for a children's brand. One of the things I thought was for the children's side, consider having a more animated or exaggerated tap of the button. It's almost like a reward, like crossing an item off a list. It has that sort of rewarding feel, especially for a child. I have 2 kids of my own, so I think actually having a drop down for the kids makes sense to me, or having the idea to have multiple kids sort of switch between the two would be great. And also I thought about the possibilities of animating the logo is great, so I thought that could maybe be an include on the first screen. That's everything I wrote. Yeah.
One quick thing, I feel like personally, you didn't really. I didn't see the use of the AI in the task creation. Just because there's AI, you don't need to use it. The AR part was a little bit confusing as well. But taking the picture, I could see that as a growth tactic. So post it on social, #Zyra, and win a reward. But I don't think that was the goal, and like kids don't have access to Instagram if their parents aren't comfortable. So I would just focus on making the task creation and the checking flows more streamlined.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, because I am a parent. Yeah, having the tasks like even be auto-generated depending on the child's age would be great, because there are some tasks that younger children aren't able to do or that you wouldn't expect them to be able to do. So having that automatic fill-in is a great idea.
Thank you, panel. So thank you, Team Zyra. We're going to keep moving on.
Hi everyone, I'm Pashol Anagna, project manager and a developer of InSpec, a team of 5 developers. Canadians have experienced 200,000 plus rental disputes, which is an increase of 40% compared to a decade ago. Many of these are driven by lack of evidence and proof whenever they make property damage claims. And with the increase of rentals and housing prices, the stakes for owners and tenants only get higher. But with the help of the latest tools in the modern age, we have a solution for that. Right, Johnson?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Johnson, front-end developer of InSpec. So our solution for those problems is an AI-powered app that gives an objective view of a property's condition called InSpec. Instead of relying on checklists and photo uploads, InSpec highlights what changes over time, showing you what exactly has changed during the rental period. This creates transparency, reduces disputes, and saves both tenants and landlords time and stress. So we built InSpec on 2 core features. Our first one is our AI damage detection, where it automatically detects issues, rates the severity of it, and compares it to the baseline condition. After that, users will receive a visual report with recommendations. Our second feature is our property management system, where every property is organized by a GPS location with a rental timeline. And all the data of each property can be exported as a PDF, making documentation simple, accurate, and trustworthy. Now let's talk about our competitors. While most of the inspection tools today heavily rely on manual checklists and basic photo uploads, and while Habigo and Spectora offers good reporting tools, none of them combine all the features that InSpec offers. And that's what makes it stands out, delivering more data-driven and accurate view of a property's condition.
And for our demonstration today, I'd like to present Mayank and Kento.
Hello everyone, I'm Mayank Abral, front-end and AI developer at InSpec. For today's demo, I will be a landlord who wants to provide a property for rent.
Mayank, you've been searching for a way to organize your business, your properties. Have you found it?
I did. I found an app called InSpec. Let me walk you through it. So, when I open the app, I'm met by the launch screen where I will see important information about the app, such as its features and its intended users. Now, I have already made an account on this app, so let's log into my account. When I log in, I will go to the dashboard, which is where I will see all the properties I add. To add a new property, I will click on the add icon and I will enter all property details, such as the property name, the property type. For the address, I will click on use current location to autofill my location details using my phone's GPS. I will upload the property image, which is like a profile banner for the property. If at any point I have any doubts as to what to do, I can simply click on the information icon and I will get useful guidance on the next steps. Once I have entered all the information, I can click on next and proceed to the rooms page. Here I can add images for different types of rooms. So let's say in this case I have a bedroom, so I will upload images for the bedroom, and I have a dining room, so I will upload images for the dining room. Once I have added images for all rooms, I will click on next and go to the summary page. Here I will see all the information I provided, and once I have confirmed that everything is correct, I'll click on confirm. At this point, the scan will be submitted to the AI system. The AI system will analyze images for all rooms and give each room a score and classification based on its condition. The AI system will begin with a score of 100 and reduce points based on damage identified. So the bigger the damage, the higher the score reduction. And all room scores will be averaged to give the overall property score. Once the scan is done, I will go to the property details page. Here, I will see the overall property score and I will see all room classifications. I can click on a room to view individual room information, such as the overall room score, the scan date and time, and a summary of all the observations made during the scan. Now, let's say I found a suitable tenant for this property and I would like him to rent it. In InSpec, each property has a unique 6-digit code which can be used by tenants to find and rent properties. So I will copy the property code and I will share it with the tenant on WhatsApp.
Hi, my name is Kento Nagajima. I'm a front-end developer of this team. Today, I'll play as an existing tenant. I already logged in as a tenant, and I'm in rental history page now. This page is for the property list that I have rented so far. And I have rented this property before, but I don't really want to rent it anymore because it was a really good property. And recently, I've chatted with a new landlord, and he said he can provide me with his good property. So why don't we search it? He just gave me the code in the WhatsApp. So I just need to copy this code and paste it to the home page. And you can see the result. And when you click this result, it goes to actual property page. And now if you look at the score, it's always showing the latest score of this property, which could be from owners or tenant scan. And when you click this, it goes to scan history page. In this page, you can see how this property has been performing so far. And when you click one of them, you can see more details about it. Now let's go back to the property page and see how this property's room look like. So I see there are two types of room here, which is dining room and bedroom. And before I start rental, I want to see how these rooms are performing right now. So let's go and check it. This is dining room. It looks good. And the bedroom. It looks good too. Now I'm satisfied with the property. So let's start rental. And at any point, if you are not sure or even forgot how to use this app, just click this information icon. There's a walkthrough that explains how everything works just like this. So you always have an idea how to use this app. After I start rental, there's a scan property button showing up at the bottom. And now I want to capture the state of this property at the start of my contract. So let's do scan property. So, like I said earlier, there are two rooms here. I just go to each room and take photos. So let's do dining room first. Add my images and use my camera. And I just found this damage in dining room and I want to capture it. So that I have proof that there was this damage here before I even arrived at the property. Save it. And then bedroom. So for now, let's pretend this is a bedroom. Okay. Take it, confirm. And once I upload the photos, let's click next. And now it says InSpec is scanning for damages. And like he said earlier, in the process, it's giving the actual score based on AI analysis with the photos I just took. And once it's done scanning, it also appears in the owner's side. Yeah. It should be done scanning anytime soon. And now the property score is updated, and the property score actually went down based on my scan. So let's see, I'm assuming this is because of the damage I just took. So let's see what it actually said about the damage. It said, the proton surface covering shown has multiple layers torn. So that's why it gave low score and said needs repair. That makes sense. Now I want to save this properties information as PDF so that I have a current properties condition. I have a proof of the current properties condition. So let's do that. You click export report. And you know what? I'll just send this proof to the owner directly so that he cannot scam me.
So I just got a notification from the tenant. It seems like he sent me a scan report, which is great for documentation purposes. Also, when he performed the scan, I got a notification. When I click on the notification, I go to the scan details page, where I see the scan date, tenant details, the property score, and all room classifications. And I can click on a room to view individual room details. Now, let's say a few months later, the tenant moved out, but forgot to end the rental on his side. So I will end it from my end. And let's say after ending the rental, I made some renovations to the property, and I would like to analyze and get a score for the property's new condition. To do that, I'll click on New Base Scan, and I will add images for all rooms. So first, I'll add images for the dining room. And then I'll add images for the bedroom. Once I've added all images, I'll click on Next.
And as you've noticed, we use a lot of reusable components to make our development more efficient and give us more time to focus on the functionalities and ease the impact of lack of designers.
Once the scan is done, I will see the updated score and the updated room classifications. Now, let's say I'm considering buying a new property that I may provide for rent, but I would like to use InSpec to analyze the property's condition before I make a decision on purchasing the property or not. For that, I'll use InSpec's quick scan feature. I will go to the dashboard and I will click on Scan to go to the quick scan history page. Here I will see all the quick scans I have performed. So let's say I did a quick scan, and as you can see, it is showing up in the quick scan history page. When I click on the scan, I go to the scan details page, where I see the scan date, the scan location, the overall score, and room classifications. And as before, I can click on a room to view individual room details. You've seen how InSpec works. Now, let's have a look at our tech stack.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Preeti Rawal. I'm the lead developer and full stack developer in this project. So on the development side, the front end is built using React Native, Native Wind, and Expo, while the backend runs on Next.js and Node.js. We are also using Git for version control. We hosted the backend on AWS, and we use Supabase for authentication, including Google Sign-in, as well as for storage and database. Now let's see how the system works. So tenant and owners, they connect with the app through the front end, which handles the UI, and then send the request to the backend. On the backend side, the backend handles all these requests, including authentication, AI features, our business logic, and then send the response back to the front end. Now let's see how the AI works.
So for the AI system, we used an OpenAI API with GPT 5.1. When a scan is submitted to the AI system will analyze all images for all rooms. In doing that, the AI system will start with a score of 100 and reduce points based on damage identified. So the bigger the damage, the bigger the point reduction. For example, a small scratch might only see a reduction of 5 points, but a major gash in the wall will lead to a point reduction of 25 points, for example. All rooms are given a score based on their condition, and all room scores are averaged to give the overall property score. Lastly, all rooms and properties are categorized across 5 categories based on their condition. These categories are in improving order of condition. Critical condition, needs repair, needs maintenance, good, and excellent. Next, let's have a look at our UI kit.
The team decided the use of dark blue to convey the theme of trustworthiness and professionalism, with an accent of orange to remind the warmth and homeliness of homes, rentals, and properties. Next is, since our app uses a lot of pages with some bodies of text, paragraphs of text, especially the room scan view, as you've seen, we've decided to use Nato Sans and English Bold for the readability. And since we're a team of 5 developers, we've decided to revisit the basics of UX and UI. Early on in development, we've decided to focus on the workflow, page layout, and button signifiers to maximize and improve the user experience. And as you've noticed, most of our pages we sparsely use colors because our core pages, such as the property page, our ad page, already has a lot of colors in them and images, so we decided to make a minimal use of colors to avoid color overload. But InSpec doesn't end there. We have a lot more ideas in our pipeline, given enough time and funding. So first and foremost, our panoramic 360 bubble view, which will let both owners and especially our tenants to check each room, providing them 360 view of the rooms before they start their rental. Next is auto geolocation, which will streamline scanning and adding of property. Last but not the least, improve data analytics for the owner, which will help them improve their business and monitor and manage their properties even further. Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation. This is InSpec. Thank you.
I'll pass it to the panel for feedback.
Developers? Oh yeah, there's no designer. Look at that.
So, first thing, I think you guys did a good job without a designer. But right somewhere in the middle, I figured out that you had to provide the tenant a code to view the property. And I mean, from my point of view, renting in an apartment, I pretty much will want to see it first before even going. So I was wondering if there was a chance that you could have it be like a feedback system, like the Google review. Can you turn this down, please? More like a Google review, of a restaurant, for example. So people can search based on the locations they are trying to rent around, and they can see a list of properties, and they can see a review that other renters have given, rather than having to ask the landlord to provide me a code to then view it. That's one. And the second thing is, how do you mitigate, optimized images by AI? So imagine someone used Gemini, for example, and brightens up the whole thing just so that they can have people coming to view the apartment. And for the most part, people that are looking to rent, the way North America is structured, like it's either you're renting like within the middle, or they're like more like a fixed time you can move in. Will optimized images not put people in a position where they have no choice but to get in just because they want somewhere to lay their head? Those are like a couple of things that I think I wasn't sure about. And how is there a chance landlords can also dispute a score? Because I could not like the response the landlord gave me, and because of that I'm just going to look for something that just makes the score goes down, so they don't get people to view the spots. So is there a chance you might want to include that in a future feature? But beyond that, because no designers, you guys just locking it in, I think that's a great effort. Thank you.
Just a few notes. So for typography, I would say keep the consistency between using the typefaces that are within the app, as well as use those ones in your presentation. I noticed they were different. And then I'd like to see a little bit more cohesion between the logo and then the design within the app. Perhaps maybe using one of the typefaces that you've used in the app, because those are highly legible, but you could use that in the logo, and then that would have a little bit more of a tie-in. I think it was appropriate that you made the design almost invisible and like very background, and the content is subservient to the content, which I think was a good choice. That was smart. The iconography, I'm glad you included color for the room icons. I think that's a nice touch and another way of tying in the colors from the logo into the app. And then the smaller icons, the little bell icon, the little info icon, some of those have rounded corners, but I think it'd be smart to use sharp corners for those to match the typefaces, to make it feel a little bit more authoritative and professional, like the branding you've established.
Great work with our designer. Like Megan said, design is invisible. I felt like I was browsing a live app on the App Store, like it's a Zillow, or which was super nice. The only feedback I would have is incentives, like considering the why. Why would a landlord want to put up their property on display for everyone to get scored on, especially folks with folks that might not be as receptive to feedback. It's super general to assume, but on the other hand, renters wanting to expose their own damage, I feel like oftentimes they want to hide it. It's just human nature. And like Google reviews, like, you go to a restaurant, you like it, you leave a review. You might do it with a fake account. I mean, I personally have like a nickname account, it's not under my own name. So I feel like the PII and the display of information could be a little bit more addressed. The app looks nice. It's an awesome problem space. I'm just not sure if that particular flows are the solution, but it's on the right track, and this would be up for like a nice acquisition by Zillow and competitors if you do work on it.
Yeah.
right, thank you, panel. Thank you, InSpec team, as well. We're making do with that internet. All right. Now, DoSis. Another complete change of topic.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Yuki, and I am the project manager of DoSis. I'm not one of the tech persons in this room, although I kind of solved something beforehand. Anyways,
extra points.
Putting that aside, before we dive in, I would like to introduce you to our team. We have 5 full stack developers: Christian, Yo, Cindy, and Francisco, which is a lead developer, and myself as well. And we have 2 designers. Terrence is lead, and as well as UI UX designer Saori. Last year, I lost my father-in-law due to pancreatic cancer stage 4. And I remember I had to help him with all the medications, and we struggled with managing everything in existing applications. So we ended up using Google Calendar to input all the medication information, which was obviously confusing. And the existing applications were either unusable to us because of poor UI UX, or it was overloaded with features we didn't use. And according to our research, Canada is having the same problem. So 30% of the Canadians are stop taking medications early, and 1 in 4 don't even follow the instructions. But interestingly, 70% of the older Canadians are interested in solutions like DoSis. But our top competitors here don't offer what we have. So the three core features we offer. The first one is medication management by scanning text. We're using OCR to scan the prescriptions and the labels on the bottles, and then that information is used along with the user's personal information, which we'll show you in the demo later, to automatically generate the user's original personal schedule, which is integrated in the app. And last but not least, after they register their schedule, all they have to do is wait for a context-aware advanced notification, which they follow and then just tap along, so that they can forget about the hassle of managing their medications. So without further ado, I would like to pass it on to Yo and Christian for the demo, which is a prototype, which we envision to be a complete version in the future.
Thank you, Yuki. So, as you guys can all see, I'm a bit unwell. This is a total coincidence, by the way. So, I'm going to take off this mask for the presentation. So, I'm going to be taking you through the experience of a brand new user on our application. So, first of all, users can either log in with email and password or use Google. But for the sign-up process, you're just going to fill in the quick information, and then you sign in. On the terms of service page, you can go ahead to read this. I know we all do read this stuff. And then on the daily schedule page, and this serves as a basis or the hub for how your medications are going to be set up in the application, how you're going to receive notifications. So, and this is pre-filled, but you can edit it to suit your lifestyle. And then you just fill in the quick information. So your date of birth, so today's my birthday, sex, and if you have any medical allergies, none, medical history, none, and you just have to create an account. And in 3 steps, your account has been created. Okay. On the home page, you're greeted with this welcome message, and you just start by either importing an image of your prescription or scanning. So we're going to choose scan. Okay. So I have a prescription here. I'm just going to take an image of it, picture of it. And then using optical character recognition, the new medication form will be filled with all the vital information, including the start date, the end time, and the frequency in which your medication will be taken. Then you just tap confirm. and then your medication schedule will be automatically generated. So you're going to have a schedule for breakfast time, lunch time, dinner time, and if you want to, you can tap on the medication and tap taken, and then tap done to log the medication or that medicine has taken. So that's just a simple way a new user can use this application. Now Rio will take you through the experience of an existing user.
Thank you, Chris. Let's meet Ethan, one of our existing users, who is currently taking 2 medicines and 1 supplement for his health condition. On the homepage, you'll see 3 key sections: double tapping control, overdue, next medication, and refill reminder. The overdue section informs you about the dose you missed. Next medication tells you the timing of your next scheduled dose. Refill reminder communicates when it is time for you to register a new prescription. Let's take action on the dose you missed. If you choose to skip this medication, please ensure to acknowledge the potential risks before confirming the skip. If you take this medicine now, set actual time of consumption, for example, 5 o'clock, let's take. Alert has popped up. It says you haven't secured the minimum interval time because your next dose is too soon. In that case, this app automatically reschedule your next dose to the earliest to save time. Schedule has been updated from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now I'll show you one more feature. Ethan is considering taking new medicine to improve his sleep quality, but he's concerned about any potential interactions with his current medications. In that case, this app offers a powerful way to put your mind at ease and ensure safety. Let's scan a package of the medicine. For example, the Nitro. Nitro has an interaction with his current medication, amlodipine, so he should try another medicine or supplement. Let's try melatonin. It seems to be fine. Let's set the end of the date of the dose, and then set the time to be taken on the night before work days, and then confirm. Registration was done. You get the melatonin in the midnight. All medication history is corrected in one place in medication records. You can use this. You can review this personally using sorting function, or use this log for consultation with your doctor. We got the notification. Let's click on it. This is a daily medication schedule. It flashes every morning as a reminder. All these features we explained today are integrated to protect users' health and safety. I hope we conveyed how smartly these apps support your medication life. Next, our lead developer, Francisco, will explain about the development aspects.
Thank you, Theo. After demo, let me show you what is under the hood. On the front end, we are all in on React Native with TypeScript as our type safety overlord. Styling is pure CSS with a sprinkle of style components. Backend is a link Node.js plus Express stack talking to MongoDB for flexible schemas and Superbase for image storage. Authentication is stateless JWT with refresh token rotation because safety date is not an option. For the clever bits, we implement the AI for interactions between medicines. AI processing is used with explicit user consent, data anonymizations, and it should never replace the professional medical judgment. We also take advantage of OCR, optical character recognitions, for faster and easier medical input. Our designer teams use Figma for prototyping and Adobe Family for branding and image editing. Finally, project hygiene. Zyra for sprint tracking, Slack for real-time chaos, and Google Drive for everything that is not code. Here's our data model. We separate our data model into 4 tiers: basic model, command model, log model, and support models. User medicine and user medication models are basic model, which serves the basic and static data for all of the features. Schedule and notification models are command models, containing the dynamic data with high read and write frequencies. Medication log and notification logs are logs models whose main tasks are to record users' interactions with the app and allow users to review them. Yep.
Before we start designing the app, we did research and conducted user interviews to understand their needs, and came up with 3 main user flows: add new medication, scheduling, and medicine record. We also included notifications and profile for the users to receive medication reminders and set the account preferences. Then we visualized the user flow into a low or mid fidelity wireframe to ensure that we fulfill their needs. In this phase, we experiment with different approaches to provide a better user experience. For example, adding a log all as taken button to offer a convenient action to the users to save time. At the same time, we designed our branding and UI kit. The logo of DoSis combines the initials D and S with the shape of capsules to represent the app's focus. As DoSis targets a wide age range of audience, we chose Radio Canada for its legibility, accessibility, and usability. We chose electric sapphire as our dominant color to differentiate from the competitors and evoke the emotion of support, trust, and health. We also created our own components, including buttons, icons, navigation, and cards. For the reason of fulfilling the accessibility standard and design best practice, we guarantee to meet the accessible level of WCAG and follow the 8-point grid system when creating components. And with the UI components and user flow, we created the high-fidelity prototype for the team to develop DoSis.
Thank you, Terrence. Last but not least, future features. We would like to make DoSis easier to use by allowing users to customize the dosing schedules and notification displays. More convenient by running it on wearable devices and providing it a family support plan. More reliable by collaborating with professional institutions and implementing pharmaceutical AI. Meeting DoSis. We are all ready and have work permits to join your existing or next projects. Hope you find DoSis useful and like it. Please scan the QR code for more information. Thank you.
I'm happy to go first.
This mic should be.
Okay. Thank you, team. So first thing, I wouldn't comment much on designs because that's not my forte, but I pretty much was in the beginning of the app where you have to fill in to register for it. It was a lot of journey for me. I wonder if it will be helpful if we have just basic information first. You acquire the user, and then you can onboard. In the event that someone decides to get a call or do something else and don't come back to the app, you've lost them. And I also saw the app was asking for my phone number. I wonder why. I think there's this practice around if you don't have need for it, you don't have to get it, except you need the number of when the practitioner, the doctor needs to call them or something. I don't know how you want to connect that. I saw that, or I think I saw something around pseudo-base for your image storage. I wonder if you want to explore like CDNs, like Cloudinary, or even Amazon has something. What's it called? Cloud. They also have a file storage somewhat. And but beyond this, there's a lot of legs for these projects. I can imagine places like maybe community housing or community living places where people need prompts for medications. I think this has legs. And I mean, I can imagine an app that is helping health workers. Imagine this app in the hands of health workers to help support their clients. I think it has a long way to go. Beyond that, good job, and proud of the work you've done.
So from the design side, I think the branding is really well carried out throughout the app. Even just looking at this page, I like how you've laid out the headshots within a branded element. That was really thoughtful. It's also appropriately subdued within the app, but it's visible too. So you've struck that balance nicely. One thing I will say is the word mark in the logo itself. I would pick a typeface that corresponds with the typeface that you used throughout the app. If you take a look at the X height of the typeface, that should match. If you're pairing typefaces, you want it to match the other typeface. So there's a little disconnect there. But that's just the one spot that rounded typeface is used. So everything else is looking really great. One thing I thought for usability is if there's an option to take a photo of the pill yourself and then have the app sort of like close crop it. There might not be a full catalog of all the pills, so having that option would be useful. It would work for like naturopathic medicines as well. Stuff that's not really on the market. Yeah.
Great work. I'm starting to see a trend, some similarities in the other projects, like the camera taking picture and all of that. And I'm wondering if there was like a GitHub repo shared in a group chat and everyone was using it. And that's totally fine because the code is not the biggest part. It's it's the product and the why and then your customer. To his point, and Elon Musk try to cut back on the process, and simplify the flow, and then just add in when necessary. So onboarding if you can, scale back on the questions. Creating the medication, again, got some anxiety, like medication unit amount in milligram. I don't know that. I mean, if I can get that from the picture, great, but if not, it's an empty field. And if I see a checkbox or a field, I want to fill it, and if it doesn't, I'm not happy about it. But more about the ICP, the story you shared, super personal. There might be some nuances if I'm the person using this and taking the pill, or if somebody else is taking care of me and doing this. Can I add more patients? Can I add more people to do it? Going towards healthcare workers, super amazing. Overall, well thought out, and I would just try to cut back more, and maybe find a single flow that you can tap into. Like, I don't want to type out things, so just bring in the camera when I open up the app to add the medication, and it would just take the picture and do it for me. And maybe not a calendar. I mean, I don't know if I want to check what pills I have to take next week. So I'm just worried about today or the patient and what's in front of me right now. But great work.
Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback, wonderful feedback. And thank you, DoSis team. Also, it's our third project. We got one more coming up. As the PIP group come to the front, and to some of the points here is that they would have loved to have developed that. So I remember them talking about, if we can get it just to scan the code. Go ahead. I'm just glad. So they would have loved to have done that. So many of the teams, they always want to build more, design more, but we do get that constraint, and that the biggest constraint is time. And it's what can we put out in that 3 months. But absolutely, these points here, create more compulsion loop, more business cases, So yet another 3 months. What did they have done? But then they'd always ask for another 3 months. It always is that way. All right.
Hello everyone, we're Team PIP. My name is Poppy and this is Zyra. We are product designers. And this is Bipu, and on that side we have Hitin and Supi, our developers. So our project PIP is a mobile app that is designed to help everyone feel more confident in social situations. So we all get butterflies when we meet new people or when we give presentation. However, for some people that nervousness can be so strong that it becomes anxiety. And nowadays, more and more people are having this condition. In Canada, 7% or 2.5 million people are having social anxiety. So before we dive into our project, let's get to know social anxiety a little bit better. It is not shyness, it is not introversion, because deep down, people who are socially anxious actually do want to connect. However, factors like environment, critical parenting, and many more can create a strong fear of being judged. They're afraid of humiliating themselves in public, and they take longer time to move past their mistakes. And as a result, they tend to avoid conversations and struggle to start or maintain interactions, and also pull back from meaningful connections. Social anxiety can also hide how capable people are in conversations, and that is the area we want to help by providing them a safe space where they can practice. KEEP offers 3 main features, which is developed with guidance from Langara College Mental Health Counseling Department. The first one, we have progressive smart practice, moving users from voice practice to facial expressions. And second, we have encouragement and reflective space. And lastly, we have daily articles where users can explore insights and practical tips.
When we look at the existing apps, most apps focus on general conversation or presentation skills. They help, but they don't consider about mental wellness or the challenges of social anxiety. They fill that gap by progress level.
So PIP fill that gap with such features like non-verbal analysis, progressive difficulties, and user-friendly design. So it gives a thoughtful and complete solution. Now you know how PIP apart from others. Let's see it in action.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Vipul. On the outside, he might look like he could kill you, but he's actually a cinnamon roll. He often overthought and needed to rehearse several times before talking to someone. And then there was his friend, Hitin. Hitin is a distinguished gentleman who always looked confident in social situations. And today, he is here to share the secret behind his confidence with Vipul.
Hi Vipul, how are you doing today?
Not too good, man.
Why? What's happened?
I don't like to talk to people in a social situation.
Oh, I used to like that, but with using this app, I have built my confidence. You should try that.
What app?
It's named PIP.
Okay.
Yeah, download it and sign up.
Alright.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll download.
So in PIP, there is no issues of getting your data get lost because everything is saved in the app and nobody is taking it for any purposes. So yeah. Let's go. This is the onboarding screen where you get some questions. If you answer them, you get to know like what level of anxiety I have. So yeah, let's do this.
Okay. I got moderate level.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you can go, let's press the let's go and go ahead with the home screen where you get the tooltips explaining what features do what. So yeah, these are articles, mailbox, profile. So whenever you are ready, just press the middle button to start.
Okay.
Yeah, you get 3 scenarios. You can choose any of them and practice.
I'll choose ordering coffee. I think that would be easy one.
Yeah, sure. Now you see there are 3 levels and special mission. When you are done with all 3 levels, you get to have a special mission to try it out. So let's start with the level 1.
Okay. This is voice practice.
Yeah, it just have a voice practice for level 1. Let's get started.
Welcome to our cafe. What would you like to order today?
Hi, I would like to get steep tea, please.
Great choice. What size would you prefer? Small, medium, or large?
I would like a small size.
Would you like any modifications to your drink?
A splash of milk and a sugar would be fine, thank you.
Perfect. Your total is $4.50. How would you like to pay?
I would like to pay by Apple Pay.
Thank you. Your order will be ready in 5 minutes. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
So during the thing get analyzed, you get a loading screen where you get some facts to read. You can read them, it will improve your confidence. Yeah.
Okay. So like it will analyze my
Yeah, speech. And you will get some aspects like how you performed in pace, like how many filler words you used, how many poses you took. So yeah, that's all your feedback.
Wow. I got 10 poses.
Yeah, that's fine. You are improving day by day, so it's good. Now let's go to home screen. I will show you a feature.
Alright.
Now you can see a notification at the mailbox. Let's click that. That's a message from Pip. That's a friendly reminder that how you did today. So yeah, let's click that. Yeah, you can read that.
Yeah, average was 1 second. Okay.
And also you can view the transcripts, how you did all.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we can switch to the practice level 2 so that you can perform that. It will have your facial expression captured as well, so be ready for that as well. Yeah.
Would you try any other drink on your next visit?
Sure. I would like to try your new protein latte.
Do you prefer hot or iced beverages?
I prefer hot in winter and cold in summer.
What would you say is your favorite here?
Could you please repeat that again?
What would you say is your favorite drink here?
My favorite drink here. So this is my first time here. I'm from Melbourne.
Okay. So again, there is a loading screen. Now you get the feedback, both voice and facial one. So yeah, it will be really helpful to improve. Yeah.
I like the character that was talking to me.
Yes.
Poses as great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
Okay. This is my facial expression.
Yeah, that is all. Now you can come to home screen.
Okay.
I will show you another feature. Go to the mailbox and then switch to myself. It's like a journal. You are talking to yourself so that it can be saved as future. So yeah, just write.
Can I write
Yes.
about a bad day?
Yeah, why not? Try that. So when you enter certain words, so it shows a pop-up to help you so that you can get support at the right time. So let's get started.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some numbers and SMS. You can do that and get help from them. So yeah, let's practice the third level. You are ready for that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also required for
Yeah, it's like a human avatar talking to you, so it gives you a real-time situations.
What flavors do you think would pair well with a protein latte?
I think vanilla would be really good. Yeah, I also like vanilla.
How do you usually decide on a drink to try?
So I just ask them, what's your most popular drink? That's how I think.
So again, loading screen, and you get the feedback of both facial and voice.
Yeah, the two poses.
You are just improving so fast.
I know, right?
So yeah, just come to the home screen. I will show you another feature.
Okay.
Before that, I just forgot to mention the special mission. Yeah, just click that, and you can try this out and feel more confident.
Go order that coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. You get.
Try that. Now you can see there is a button called article page.
The top left?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Now you can just read the articles. These are so helpful in improving your confidence. You can even see like how much detail it has, and also you can save it for later if you don't want to give that much time today.
Okay.
So yeah.
This one is your right?
Yeah.
How can I get to the save?
Yeah, go to the left way. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that is all. Now I feel you will be
Thank
more
you so much,
confident.
man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, Vipul feels much more confident, and he is ready to present you the tech stack.
So our tech stack covers full pipeline from authentications to deployment. For the authentication, we used Firebase and Google Sign-in, and for the advanced features like generative AI, voice recognition, and for the face tracking, we use tools like MediaPy by Google and OpenAI for generative AI and DID for avatar generation. And for our data layer, we use MongoDB for our primary database and Supabase to store the videos. And for our front end, we use React Native, and to manage the JavaScript, we use the Metro bundler. And for the back end, it was built on Node, Express, and TypeScript. We hosted our backend on the AWS and front end on the Vercel. And our designers used full suite of Adobe, including Figma for the UI, and for the 3D modeling they used Blender, Nomad, and Boom. And for the video and animations they used After Effects and Premiere Pro. And for the project management, we use Slack for the communication, and Trello for the ticket management, and Zyra for the issue tracking system. Thank you. Over to Poppy.
Now on to the design part. Our logo is a simplified shape of our mascot. And for the typeface, we chose Roboto for its simple and approachable feel. And for the colors, our main color is purple because we needed something that is calming and reassuring. And it is supported by a palette of pastel colors, and we went with deep purple for some contrast for our button. And this is our Pip mascot in 2D and 3D. We made it super round and friendly, anything opposite of scary. And this is our UI kit. We also keep everything soft and round, and we complemented it with some soothing illustrations. And these are some examples of our wireframes and mockups. You can view the full design file on our landing page.
Next, let's look at Tip's future feature. First, real-time conversational level gives users live and adaptive questions as they speak. Second, an expanded scenario library of offering wider range of everyday situation. Third, avatar customization, allowing users to customize their avatar for more engaging and individualized experience. And finally, personalized practice paths, tailoring sessions for each user's progress. Before we move on, I want to note that PIP isn't meant to replace therapy. It simply supports users alongside their personal growth. Lastly, I want to introduce our team, the ones behind everything you've seen today. People, our development lead and backend developer. Hiten, our front-end developer. Sukhbir, our full-stack developer. Poppy, our product design lead and co-PM. And myself, Suro, product designer and co-PM. We're all open to work, so feel free to reach out if you want to connect with any of us. And also, you can visit our landing page with that QR code to download our proposal and learn more about PIP. Thank you.
Thank you, Team PIP. There it is. All right, feedback. This is the loud one, I'm afraid.
Okay. So I don't have much to say because I appreciate the simplicity, but I think we now all know the team that's wrapped up in AI tokens and AWS here, right? That's all I have to say. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I mean, great work. Branding was on point. Like it was so well tied into the story, and same feedback as before. You know, onboarding there's like too much going on. So yeah, same with onboarding. If you can reduce the questions, you know, to possibly reduce drop off. I mean, sorry, I'm confusing this. My bad. Loved your onboarding. Progress bar, 1 question per page. Awesome. Yes. Character is great. There was a single flow. I feel like it wasn't as confusing to know where I should go. The character, super friendly. Articles are nice, a little bit wordy. I would like to see more graphics. Quickly skim it. Journal is a nice touch, but again, single flow, so much better to be hyper-focused. Real-time voice would be great. Some differentiation between my voice talking and the AI talking in that interface would be nice as well. And yeah, it's amazing. I feel like this would be helpful to reduce anxiety, and you could tie it into brands as well on the business side, like bring in Starbucks, for example, and you can make some money from it.
From the design side, I think the branding is on point. Love the character, love how everything was really consistently carried through. The color palette is really appropriate, and I love the use of a gradient. I think there's a great opportunity there to have it sort of moving in the background, represents progress over time. One thought, again, I've been a bit of a stickler for the typefaces in the logo, but the way PIP is in the logo makes me wonder if it stands for anything, just because it's all capitalized. And then just a thought on user flow. I was thinking it might be good to include a prompt to create a self-reflection note after you've done your first it was quest or first task with like in real life. That would be a good opportunity for someone to reflect on how they felt like shortly after completing that. Iconography is consistently styled. Yeah, I can sum it up. The branding is really great. I also really appreciate the embroidery on your sweatshirts. Yeah.
Thank you, panel, for the feedback, and thank you, Team Pip. Alrighty. So this is the fun but don't disappear yet moment. So I'm going to ask the panelists to follow Paul out there. Thank you. To what the panel is going to do, they're going to deliberate and kind of pick their choice of best of show. And it's just a fun little thing we like to do every term. They're going this way now. All right, so while they are doing that, just a reminder that there are QR codes outside to find the websites, meet these students virtually, but you can meet them in real life right now, because it's going to take about a few minutes for them to deliberate there. So now's the time to get out of your chair, get the blood back into your legs. Remember your legs, that feeling? Move around a little bit, have a little drink, but don't disappear, because we will have our closing shortly. Who remembers the first one way back? We only have 4 projects. So we'll do this through, let's say, round of applause, because this is a law office and there's other people. So Zyra. I think I've got a decibel meter app. All right. We'll do this one more time. It's free, so definitely. All right, so one more time for Zyra. I saw 99. Someone remember 99. Zyra team, remember 99. All right. InSpec. 96. There's no second clapping. DoSis. 98. This is a tight race. Pip. Did we run out of steam? 94. Where was your clapping? All right, so audience choice, Zyra, very nice. We'll see what my marks reflect, though. I'm not sure. It's all in my pocket. Accepting bribes in 30 minutes. That's not true. All right, let's welcome back our panel. Thank you, panel. Actually, before we announce who the best of show choice by the panelists are, I do want to give a shout out to all the students today, not just for the work done, but for working through the technical issues. Yes. This was no small thing. Yeah.
Tyler and I know, and Jason, that never happens in real life. No. It's always super smooth, the client, you never have a problem.
Never any problems. And yeah, they don't go to class for presenting, they go to class for demoing, they go to class to get jobs. So this is something in addition to what they do in class. So yeah, huge props to all the students for not only presenting, but also working through the immense technical difficulties, multiple laptops not working, security reasons. Yeah. But the choice of the panelists is Pip. All projects, this is a huge hurdle. You should be all very proud of yourselves. This does wrap our event now, so this gives us some time for you to now ask these questions to the students directly, network with the students directly. There's Jason. Any final announcements you want to make?
No, we're all good. Congratulations, though, to everybody.
Thank you everybody for attending our final presentation of 2025 for Web and Mobile. We will hope to see you for our next one in April.
Yeah.